And good morning and good afternoon.
And whatever day and time you're watching this, all those things to you.
Welcome to Double Talk right here on Channel 98. I'm Mark Steffen.
I'm Michael Mandel, and for those of you who are religious, happy Halloween. Yes. Halloween is coming.
That's Thursday will be Halloween.
Just comes in.
Whether you like it or not.
A lot of people like that, you know.
We have a nice orange cloth here in celebration of Halloween.
Not as stained as usual.
Yes.
Love pumpkins. You know, most people think that, you know, when they are asked their favorite holiday, you know what they usually say?
What do they say?
Thanksgiving. But we're not talking about Thanksgiving. I think Halloween would be pretty much up there, especially if you're a kid whose teeth are not rotting enough.
Well, that's true. But you know, Halloween doesn't. It's not a day, you don't get that day off like you do Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Actually, Halloween is not a day holiday; it's a night holiday.
Yes.
Are there any special drinks for Halloween? There's orange beer, maybe.
Anything that has you know,
bats coming out of it,
foaming
bubbles,
things coming out of it, dry ice, you know.
Black beer. There's black martinis. They used to have black martinis over at Double Eagle. They made it with a black vodka called Blavad, made in England.
You know, Halloween really wasn't big until after the World War II in this country.
Because nobody could afford to waste pumpkins before that.
Rationing, right.
No, people, you know what they did with pumpkins before Halloween? They ate them.
They would eat them.
They make pumpkin pies and then seed casseroles.
And you can do all kinds of things with pumpkin.
You could. What? You could make a face out of it and you make pumpkin pie. Maybe if you're really handy, you could do a pumpkin quiche or a pumpkin cheesecake or a pumpkin croissant.
Yeah. Why not? Anyway, enjoy your Halloween holiday.
Make sure you get plenty of, as I say, looty.
Lewds?
Yeah.
No, don't give lewds to
looty.
kids.
Looty, not booty. Looty. You know, you go for loot.
Loot?
Yes.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Candy. You love candy.
Trick or treat.
Oh, what's next? Oh.
Now.
What do you got there?
Well, you know, I was reading my copy of the New Yorker. I was finally catching up with it.
You're so literate.
And I noticed that there was an article by Jeremy Denk from Las Cruces. And here, Jeremy Denk, the famous piano player.
He's famous as a piano player. He also just won the MacArthur Genius Award, which he got far more than he got for writing that article.
Oh, I'm sure, yes. And we know his father, Joe Denk, quite well. He's a good friend of ours and a good actor. So, congratulations, Jeremy Denk, on your MacArthur
playing or getting his
Foundation Award.
Is that when he got his finger caught in the piano?
Yeah, I think somebody electrified the keys.
Oh, yes. His dad was well, he gave up acting a few years ago, but he was good while he did it.
He gave it up, really?
He did. He did. He just didn't want to bother memorizing lines.
I don't blame you.
I know. And you're not allowed to make up lines. So they say. Now you know why I'm not in any plays.
Or the fact that you can't take direction.
Or act.
Oh, well, there's that.
Yeah, that too, yes. Many reasons. Many reasons. That's why I'm here on radio.
Well, you're playing the part of you now.
I'm on radio. But I'm not doing a very good job of it. I'm really a sweet, sensitive introvert.
Yes, get the hook.
Yes. You want to talk about, it's important that Jeremy Denk is being such a success. That's good. For his father.
Well,
what else? Yes, you have important things here.
The election is coming up.
That's important too.
In fact, the elections are upon us. You can vote early now. You can vote down at the county
City Hall, County
Center.
Hall.
Yes, and City Hall too, for county commissioner and judge.
Turns out that both you and I and many other people can only vote for judge. So
no, I can vote for District 3, Olga Pedroza.
Really?
Or yes.
We live like
our
houses are what, like 300 yards away from each other, and
pretty much
in a different district.
Yes.
Could I use your address? Could I tell people in my?
Wait a minute.
Did you vote yet? Early? Did you do early voting?
Not voted.
So I can
Jew
go.
Vote? You say
Jew.
Jew vote?
Yeah, I did the Jew vote, but I can go over to any district and say, "My name is Mark Steffen. Take out my ID." And
they don't ask for ID.
I know.
If you took out your ID.
This is what I look like now because I bleach my hair black and wear glasses.
So vote. You don't have to wait.
Beard.
You don't have to wait till election day next month to vote. You can vote for the following districts: District 3, Olga Pedroza,
we're both dry here.
and Bev Courtney are running for District 3 city council person.
Yeah.
District 5, Gil Sorg and David.
Somebody else.
Rule.
Rui.
And yes, and District 6,
Three-way.
Cecilia Levitano,
Three-way.
J. Mark Cobb, and Curtis Rosamond. And then you have municipal judges, Ben Longwell and Kieran Ryan.
Are you supposed to memorize that? What they're talking about is that the people who are running often are the ones siding with the realtors, because that's where the money is in this town. You know, you look at factories, the money isn't in factories here. Farming money isn't really in the city, it's outside the city. But the money in the city are the realtors going in there and chopping up land and making it easier for people to destroy the environment and take up land and
build
making
houses.
us lose property value. If there's too many houses, there's a glut of houses being built, then the prices get more competitive, and it's a really bad thing for you if you already have your house at a certain price and your prices go down. But hopefully this depression is over and houses will become more dear.
Hopefully they will go up in value.
Yes.
Now, I live in District 3. What are you in? District 5?
I don't know.
You don't know? That's the thing.
No, 5
you
is...
have to find out what district
you have to walk
you live
over
in.
and they'll tell you, don't worry about that.
Well, if you're in the wrong district, then you've wasted your time going to the wrong place.
No, because any district, any voting thing has all the voters. You forgot what we said last week, which is you can go to anybody who's got any voting booth and give them your name, probably show ID.
Well, for early voting, there's only 2 places that I know of to vote in.
No, there's 3 more. There's 3 more. Then that. It's good. So go look for voting places.
Okay. Anyway, go vote
You can
early.
see how important it is too. No, you should vote, because otherwise the people who run the real estate development stuff are going to take over the city, and people, we're just people, most of us will get the short shrift. You know who's good? Sharon Thomas. And
Too bad she's retiring.
she's retiring. She was really good. She cared about the people. She cared about mass transit, things like that. She cared about taking care of people getting treated fairly. And if we could find somebody like that for her district, we'll be lucky.
Okay, so
It's that district.
now here's something that you don't
District
get to vote on, and that's whether the Pan American Center at the university will be able to sell beer and wine soon. Do you think they should?
Do you think we should vote on it?
No.
Do I think they should? Yes, because in the same day they talk about how the basketball team is losing money, the football team is losing money, they're working at a deficit. One of the things that is going to make this country keep on its feet is doing more sins, so we have sin taxes. I don't mean the thing in English. But everybody drinks. We know that people who watch sports drink. I actually
What's the big deal?
I always thought that the Pan Am Center, you could get a drink. I've been to a concert
You
there.
still can, in some cases, get a drink there, depending on
On where you are?
But that's from an outside vendor bringing it in. The Pan Am Center wants to be able to have their own liquor license.
Well, who makes
The way the
money
golf
off that?
course does,
Yeah, you make the money.
and the way the restaurant there at the university does.
People like drinks, and why not, when you're watching a sport, have a drink?
Now, maybe they should only be allowed to sell New Mexico beer and New Mexico wine. You know, makes sense to me. That way, you're helping the economy of New Mexico breweries and wineries.
Well, you got a point there.
Instead of just
That's
selling
that's
Budweiser.
That's not a bad point. Everybody drinks Budweiser in this town, or Miller Lite. I think they shouldn't sell light beers because it gets people too thin.
No,
You see all those people drinking Miller Lite? They're really thin.
Really?
Right. No, they think they're drinking a light beer, so they drink more.
Well, maybe they should probably charge a lot for it. That way people wouldn't drink quite as much. And
Oh, they'll charge a lot. I mean, I think beers in places like that are like $5 a bottle, aren't they?
well, they sell it by the glass, not the bottle. They don't want people throwing
Well,
bottles onto the floor.
What's the glass? $3? Well, I don't go to sports.
I don't know.
Because I have to go to theater too much.
Oh.
You don't know either, do you?
I don't know what they charge there because
Like
they don't.
$3
I don't
a
sell
glass.
it. But also coming up
have
soon, there's going to be the Dia de los Cervezas downtown in the parking lot there.
There's a little bit of controversy there too. People didn't want cervezas, a holiday called Day of Beer, whereas it's a beer festival. However, we do have wine festivals. They're not called a concert with wine. They're called wine festivals. There is going to be music and eateries at the Dia de Cerveza, and if I drank beer, I'd go.
Well, you know, the St. Paul's Methodist Church complained because it's too close to their church. What's the big deal?
Is that like competition?
It's like basically across the street, 300 feet away.
But what do you think is going on there?
I don't understand.
Is there a competition?
I don't know what's wrong with it being close to a church. I mean, the church serves wine to its people, and I don't see anybody else complaining.
Well, they're giving it away for free.
And they're giving it away.
But not in that, you know, let's say you're going to church and you see a place selling beer. Is that going to say, well, I meant to go to church, but they're selling beer? I guess I can see God that way.
Whatever it takes. So I think it's a good thing. They're going to have lots and lots of local beer vendors, microbreweries.
It is microbreweries, so.
And we'll be there.
That's microbreweries. Maybe they should go into the Pan Am Center, all those microbreweries.
That's a good idea.
Be a lot of beer if merely High Desert went in and did that. There's a few breweries now here too. Membrace Brewery. There might be another one coming to town. They could give all the, you know, support them. That would be a bonanza for those guys.
Strangely enough, Miguel Silva, who's the city councilman from the district in which the beer fest will take place, was against it.
Strange, because you'd think he'd want to drink once in a while.
Well, you think he'd want to help the economy of his district as well,
yes.
And to have his people, constituents who live within his district, to go out and have a good time. At least here at a beer fest, many of them in the district can walk to it, so they don't have to drive home drunk. The way you do at the wine festival out at the fairgrounds.
Well, people will be driving home, you know, tipsy, I'm guessing, because not everybody lives in that district. But Miguel Silva, good friend. Interesting, you know, he wants to restrict beer because he doesn't think you should be drinking beer in his area. But he doesn't care if people go past red lights. He's against the red light cameras, right?
Oh, well, so am I.
That's true, but you are for beer.
Well, you know, you can, it's hard to pay attention to the red light cameras if you're drinking a beer.
That's true. You know why? I mean, what you should do then is go for martinis. You know, because martinis, you have to concentrate more because you have to keep them balanced. Beer, you could just, you're holding, wow. Martinis. You know,
is that how you drink beer?
Yeah. Like this.
Martini?
Yeah, the difference between a beer drinker and a martini drinker.
I see.
Or a tea drinker.
I see.
It's very delicate.
A tea drinker.
Anyway, so where were you?
So that's going to be good. That's going to be coming up. Dia de los Cervezas. He says, "Oh, what's next? Cinco de Drinko."
Cinco de Drinko would be great because we need that. Cinco is, you know, play the whole thing, but that would be for May. Cinco de Mayo Drinko.
Cinco de Drinko.
Cinco
I'm all
de Drinko
for that.
Mayo.
Yeah, they could have a tequila tasting.
We need more things like that because alcohol relaxes people. People will just walk around too tense. They worry about money. They worry about the legal system. They worry about the government. They worry about all sorts of things. So
not in Colorado.
Or where? Washington,
or Washington State,
Oregon,
where they've legalized marijuana.
Yeah. It turned out they did a poll this week, and 56% of the country is okay with legalizing marijuana, and it's up significantly since last year.
Yeah.
Because I believe, and they believe that the sense that certain states are already legalizing it. What's it doing? It's not like our morals are significantly lower anyway, or whatever they're supposed to be. Everybody's been doing stuff, and now there's less people in jail in certain states.
Less people in jail and being arrested for nonsense reasons, and it's going to help the economy because it'll all be taxed and regulated.
If you can finally get the taxes out of the people, then that's good too. Same way you're going to make money off of beer.
That's true. So with that in mind, let's take a break, have a beer, light one up, and we'll be right back.
Well, we're going to be right back. Maybe, you know, you don't know once you light one up. You might get lost.
We'll be back after these words, Michael.
If we don't get lost. Maybe we'll get lost. I don't know. I think we already are.
Welcome to La Buena Vida Women's Club, located away from the crowds but close to home. Come in throughout the day for Jazzercise, the world's dance fitness leader for nearly 40 years. Treat yourself to a relaxing massage, or unwind in the lounge area or outside on the balcony with friends. La Buena Vida Women's Club, located and designed with women in mind. Information, call Diane at 650-9721.
Hey, you, come here. Do you want to know the news? The Lost Cruises channel is now on 7 days a week, so keep it right here.
Celebrate, celebrate, Fiesta Motors.
Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate, Fiesta Motors, where buying a car is always a celebration.
And we're back. Thanks for joining us back right here on Double Talk.
I'm lucky because I still want that Buick, 2001 Buick.
You want it?
Yeah, it's still there.
It's a good
So
deal.
Nobody bought it yet.
$29.95. It's a good
That's
deal.
a good deal for a Buick.
Absolutely. Down there at Fiesta Motors.
Fiesta Motors.
Now,
Yes.
this is homecoming weekend. Right here in Las Cruces.
Well, what if
Right.
you graduated and this is already your home?
What
happens?
You know how it is. When
NMSU.
during football season, they have the traditional homecoming game and
what-
festivities that go along with it.
And what would that be? Oh, in the paper, they showed a guy with a sledgehammer trying to hit a van. Did you see that?
Yeah, he's
that
being-
is ridiculous. What kind of homecoming tradition is that when you take a sledgehammer to a van?
Oh,
that can't possibly be
great fun.
giving new moral code to people. I mean, to want to destroy things, that's really good homecoming stuff.
Well,
What else they do? They
also-
do bonfires,
big
right?
bonfire. There'll be a parade going
It-
down the street.
If it was Alamogordo, do they burn the books?
Oh, they don't need a homecoming for that.
They just burn the books.
They just burn the books.
So you went to college here.
Sure.
So did I. But you went to undergrad school.
Yes.
Doesn't that give you more of a sense of bonhomie?
It does.
Sense of
Because
togetherness.
I went so much longer.
Those are. Aren't you still going? Were those some of your friends? Did you know any football players?
I know I was a basketball player, a
Wow.
good friend of mine. But yeah, so the Aggies who haven't won a game yet this season in football are going to try to lose again this week.
In front of everybody who came here to root them on. You know what? I wonder if that $2,000 prize is going to get many people here. Most of them are supposed to be students. But what about the ex-students, the alumni, the alumnus?
Who go to see the games? Do they get
To be proud. I mean, if you're depressed about your team, you know, this is homecoming's a time for you to be happy and proud of your school. So what happens then? Do they get $2,000? They get free priority parking? Nothing. They just come there to say, we only lost by what, 30 points? That would be an accomplishment to lose by 30 points for us.
Yeah, for us it would be.
They've mostly been in the 40-point area.
Right. Well, I think far too much money is being wasted on the football program at NMSU. I think they should be paying more for academics than the silly game of football.
I think we can deal. We have enough sports. Let them go to rugby in the fall.
I would like to see Mayfield Trojans or the Las Cruces High Bulldogs play NMSU in football because I think the high schools could beat
Man,
them.
that would be an interesting thing. Who's that? Who's that?
And so that's going on this weekend. Also going on this weekend.
What?
It's Pitbull Awareness Week.
I wasn't aware that it was Pitbull Awareness Week.
Well, it
Last
is.
week should have been getting aware of Pitbull Awareness Week.
No, not that Pitbull. I mean the dog.
I
Isn't
can't
it
tell
a
the
puppy?
difference between them.
There's a puppy
Don't
Pitbull.
they look alike?
And many people think that it's a vicious dog.
Does that look vicious to you? No. Why put two sets of chains around their neck?
Well,
That dog can't be vicious
When they
because
have a
he's
muzzle.
got a muzzle.
they can't bite you
Are they born that way?
with a muzzle.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
But
No.
they're only vicious and dumb
Let's
acting
hear your
because their owners are dumb and vicious.
same as gun control, huh?
No, a gun is as dumb. Yeah, a gun is as dumb as its owner.
So then we should put pit bulls away, right? Or guns away. Maybe we should license your pit bulls or register their teeth.
Yes.
Register their teeth. Keep their teeth in a safe. If they want to eat, you take them out and you put them back in.
Well, a pit bull is merely it should be a pet, not a tool. Unless you're Michael Vick and you're fighting them.
On the other hand, people have alligators as pets, don't they?
Some do. Until they get a certain size and they flush them down the toilet.
Yes, and
They
then
live
they
in the
go into the
sewers.
subways. the subways of Manhattan. And that's where they become albino alligators, because over the years they didn't have any.
There's that movie called Alligator that was made in the 80s about the alligators that grew in the sewer, and I was in that movie.
You were in the sewer?
No, I was near it.
What'd you play?
I played a kid.
A kid?
I played a kid.
Wow.
Because I was a kid.
That was good.
And
you're such a child.
And the alligator came out of the sewer, broke through the concrete, and came after us.
And you ran?
And we ran away.
That's good acting there. Could I hear you scream?
I didn't scream.
Go.
It's that gator. And so, yeah, it was good times.
Did you need some Gatorade?
Good times.
At that point? Yes. Well,
enough of the pit bulls.
I love animals, and pit bulls obviously.
But it's Pitbull Awareness Day today, and at Young Park they're having a Walk for Awareness walk. They're going to walk all around Young Park. It's $5 to enter the walk for some reason, and the money goes to, I guess, pay for the medical bills of Pitbull victims.
What?
And from 10 to 2 today at Young Park.
Yeah. Well, you pay $5, you finally become aware of. You're not just walking. You're aware that you're walking.
Yeah.
It's costing you $5.
Or running for your life.
I don't know if I would. I guess they're all people would go to a Pitbull Awareness Day.
I think
might be good. They might be good owners, right?
It'd be like a pit bull beauty contest, really, I think.
Although
they'll all show up with the pit bulls being drugged down the street.
If you're somebody who assumes that at any point a pit bull could attack, it would be something like running of the bulls in Pamplona.
Running of the pit bulls.
You never know when the pit bulls are going to attack. There you go. So this Saturday, right now, you can go to the running of the pit bulls.
Today, right now, at Young Park.
Right now.
Till 2 o'clock.
Wear long pants.
Yeah.
Made out
leather.
Of silicone.
Chainmail.
Yes. What else is going on?
Well, there was an armed robbery.
Before you get into, we were talking about pit bulls. What I want to talk about was the Chihuahuas. Did you ever hear of anything called the Chihuahuas? Like
like the El Paso
baseball team?
Did they
yes. They turned their team into Chihuahuas. Many people thought that, that's really cute. On the other hand, you have the idea of a Chihuahua sort of nipping at they're not very effective in defense. And the only thing that's offensive about a Chihuahua is that it keeps yapping.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a miracle. Did I cut you off from a Chihuahua
No, go ahead.
idea? The Chihuahua would be a great name for a team that was actually in Chihuahua.
Which is right across the border.
Right across the border, 3 hours to the south.
Well, most of the players are going to probably come from there.
Well, then that would be good.
So yes, and if they couldn't get hired on the team, they can go out for armed robbery.
Armed robbery.
Because two of them did that this week. They robbed the Circle K. No, those weren't them. Those two dirty, rotten scoundrels were not the ones who robbed the Circle K.
Is that the videotape from the Circle K? That looks like New Mexico there, doesn't it? In the back.
Oh, yeah, it is.
So it says something. Okay, we were close. What's the description? Two Hispanics
two
with
Hispanic
hoodies.
males with
hoodies.
Black masks.
That was the closest we could get. We couldn't get, because whoever sees two Hispanic guys with hoodies.
No, we have exclusive footage from the indoor camera.
Do we have it? Okay, let's see it.
Someplace.
Okay, roll it. We don't have it.
Well,
remember those two guys that came in here and said, "Can we have the exclusive footage?" And they had guns, and we said, "Sure, take it."
Oh, that's right.
That was them.
Now they have
we didn't know who
footage.
it was because they had black masks and they were wearing hoodies.
Anyway, there's a reward offered for information leading to the arrest of the armed robbers.
$1,000.
Who left in a black SUV with a broken window. So if you see that, you could get a $1,000 reward.
And
Crime Stoppers.
you will be anonymous.
Yes, until they find out who you are.
Right, but you call in, you give them a code, and you go, "That's me, I'm anonymous." You go in for your money and you say, "That's my $1,000. Say, "What's your name?" Say anonymous. Then you'll get the money. We should do that.
Well, but what if your first name's not Ann? Last name?
I think it's worth changing.
Anonymous.
Anonymous?
Anonymous.
Anonymous? Anyway, let's keep rolling. What's going on?
Well,
if you want to get money and you want to make it keep your health up.
If you want health care, good luck trying to get the enrolled in the Affordable Care Act.
What a nice logo. That's the same logo as his Obama-Biden logo, kind of.
Yes, apparently we know that the website
it's not really, it's called the Affordable Care Act. Obamacare,
Yes.
they've been giving out Obamacare stickers, but hopefully for people who appreciate it, it will eventually be a great boon to people's well-being and to the economy, because it will help get healthcare costs down. And healthcare is going, I don't have to give anybody the numbers about how healthcare has risen and is far more expensive in America than any other country. And you can go ahead and say, oh, well, sometimes you have to wait, and sometimes they're willing to kill you if you're 97 and you need a heart transplant. So Obamacare will work the same. You're not even happy with your own insurance, so Obamacare, if you're not happy with that, it's the same thing.
And then you had Ted Cruz, who's totally against the Affordable Care Act. Yet he comes from Canada, where they have socialized medicine.
Yes.
And he can go back anytime he wants to and get free medical care.
And this guy probably should get medical care. He did have his tube, kind of. He had his stomach, he had one of those stomach stapled. But you know what? When you got donuts like that around, who wants not to eat them? I would eat them.
Yes. Well, so anyway, Chris Christie has relaxed his stand on banning gay marriage in the state of New Jersey.
Move back to Chris Christie.
And so we're still talking about New Jersey. And
nobody knows that. Yeah. Well, because Chris Christie appealed the approval of gay marriage in Jersey, and he finally, because they started marrying people like we did in New Jersey, and he pulled his appeal away because he figured it was a fruitless argument.
It was.
And, you know, there's enough gay couples in Jersey. Let them get married.
Well, 10% of the population.
Theoretically.
That's 10% of votes he could get.
Probably, you know.
And here in Las Cruces, in Doña Ana County, our county
clerk,
Lynn Ellens is going to Santa Fe.
He did a great thing a couple of weeks ago by starting to marry people who are same-sex couples. Bob Diven, a guy who's been on our show, was the head of those. And he's going to go in front of the court. Yes.
Yeah. Now, we don't have time really to talk about the nurse program at NMSU.
No, well, but we know the nurse program at NMSU. There's some nurses. Those were the last class of people who graduated from NMSU nursing.
There's the previous class.
That's the class that we're looking forward to. Andy Burke, the interim president of Doña Ana Community College, is starting the process to get nursing
accredited.
That might be an inspiration to anybody.
I would think so.
And
another inspiration would be to go see a play this weekend downtown at the Black Box Theater. The play's called Heroes, adapted by Tom Stoppard, the Academy Award-winning and Tony Award-winning playwright.
Yes.
And screenwriter. It's called Heroes, and I'm looking forward to seeing it myself. If you see me there, come up and say hello. I'd like to see you.
What day are you going?
I don't
Saturday?
know yet.
Friday?
Probably Saturday.
You know what? You can't see it Friday because it's already over. You can see it tonight. You can also see it tomorrow at 2:30. I will be there tomorrow at 2:30.
Very good. And with that, we're out of time.
Are we?
Yes, we are. Thanks for joining us right here on another fabulous episode of Double Talk.
We're there.